have all seen the vagabond as he went singing in the dawn without a worry in the world. I've never known a gypsy who could be a gypsy through and have a worry in the world. All merry men are minstrels then who keep their troubles locked inside and don't inflict them on the world. Isn't there something to be said for leaving your troubles home in bed and never taking them to the world? Da, 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 town is not afraid to be a clown without a worry in the world. No cowboy with an ounce of pride will mount his horse and ride and have a worry in the world. Oh, merry men are minstrels then who keep their troubles locked inside and don't inflict them on the world. Isn't there something to be said for leaving your troubles home in bed and never taking them to the world? Without a worry in the world. Without worry in the world. Yes, I've got troubles of my own. I'll try and solve them all alone. I won't inflict them to the world. If I must love, then let me love as though I've never loved before, without a worry in the world. If I must go, then let me go, and only gently close the door, without a worry in the world. All merry men are minstrels then who keep their troubles locked inside and don't inflict them on the world. Isn't there something to be said for leaving your troubles home in bed and never taking them to the world? Howdy, folks. No troubles here. Graham, Leather Pirate, Dark Glass, Philip Manuela, Knighted. Thanks for stopping by without any worries on a beautiful Wednesday. What are we doing? We're leaning back. We didn't make some tea. We've got blue tinted water. We're leaning back in the pen shack under the under the lifted screen door. Remember a fancy contraption here? Yeah, you know, I don't have any worries here since the Yellow Jackets are no longer my neighbors. Yeah, they thought they had the good life, didn't they? No, I snuck in late at night when they weren't suspecting. They were asleep in bed. And what did I do? Let's just not talk about that. I'm not going to mention what I did to the Yellow Jacket nest late at night. But they're not hanging around anymore. Look at that. Nope. Nope. No worries here. We've got a bit of time. I had a story. There's so much news that I can't even begin. So let's not try. But what we can do is read a story and drink some blue water. What's going on out there? No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. I'm advertising. 23 Minutes is brought to you by Moonlit Missives, a forum for extrapolation through sundry avenues of fascination. It's crazy that this morning was already the new moon. It's been 2 weeks since the last Moonlit Missive. So we're changes. Changes are in the air. The sky is changing. We've got clouds. It's nice fading in and out. We get a little bit of overcast that's pleasant. The air is perfectly pleasant. There's leaves that are already changing on the trees. What does that mean? What does it mean? Is summer threatening to shift the tides into another downward slope into winter? Well, we've still got some time. Let's make use of it. Make use of the time every day. I'm a bit hungover today. Not from any substances, just we had a late. I was doing sound. I was doing the fiddle knobs on the sound last night. We had an event, and we stayed up and watched the meteor shower show. Meteor shower shows. They're starting to come to town, and they're bright. Man, they're bright. Here he is. Here's a straggler. Where's my home? Where's my friends? Your friends are gone because they chose the wrong place for a house. He's still looking around. Driving in the wee hours of the morning. And what happened? Wasn't there an eclipse a couple minutes ago? Like an hour ago? What are you talking about, hornets? I don't remember any hornets. It's a lovely loft here without any hornets anywhere. I don't see any hornets. I don't know nothing about the hornets. All right, let's get a story. I think I was gonna try again from the American Fairy Tales book. There was one. Ooh, look at this one. Who's that? It's a hound. I think we're not gonna. I don't know if we can do that one. That one looks scary. Oh no, this was the one. No, this wasn't the one. The wolf and the cub. No, let's try it. I don't know this story. The golden apple and his stepmother. Let's try. Once there lived a governor who had an only son. One day his wife fell ill. She knew her days were drawing to an end, so she called her husband to her bedside and begged, "My dearest husband, before I die, I should like to ask something of you. Promise me that you will not marry again until our son, Golden Apple, is grown up. I feel a stepmother may harm him." With tears in his eyes, the husband promised that he would not forget her request, and that same evening his sick wife closed her eyes forever. Day followed day, and the little boy grew into a fine youth. His father remained always alone, and he would not hear of another marriage. His people were complaining. What a strange state this is. A head without a wife. Who is there to look after the governor's household? Who is there to puff up his pillow at night when he goes to bed? Who is there to welcome guests and converse with them during festive dinners? Why doesn't our governor marry again so the new wife could decorate the windows of his residence with flowers? The governor only dismissed such talk with a wave of the hand. I promised my departed wife that I would not marry again until our son grows up. It is my custom to keep my word. But his people kept on pestering. The inns and the markets, in the workshops and town squares, one and all blamed him for staying alone and letting his house go to waste. Until our governor weds again, there'll be no peace in this state, cried all the farmers and bakers, ranchers, tailors, and undertakers. Ah, that could be like a chorus in a song, right? Farmers and bakers, ranchers, tailors, and undertakers. Have it your own way, then, the governor cried in the end. I'll tell you what, I'll marry the first woman I meet. This I promise. But first, I will take my son, Golden Apple, to a distant state for schooling. Let him discover new customs, new foods, foreign languages, and different entertainments. They set out on their journey in great style. 6 pairs of horses were harnessed to the carriage, which carried the governor, his son, the valet, far away from the palatial house. In the distant state, the governor placed Golden Apple in the care of the state council, then headed for home. The moment he crossed the boundary of his own state, as the devil would have it, he met on the forest path a woman as ugly as a dirty clay pan. I have been waiting here for you with great impatience, the hideous hag croaked with the one and only crooked tooth in her mouth. When is the wedding going to be, my beloved bridegroom? I should like to warm my frozen feet by the fireside in your spacious house, for the wind is starting to blow from the stubble fields. The governor dismissed the idea with a wave of his hand, just as if he was brushing a wasp off his nose. What an idea, you poor creature, getting married. I haven't time for such things. Why, as soon as I return, I must spend a whole year studying and signing new laws and decrees, new regulations and injunctions. Here's 10 silver dollars for your dowry. Go and wed some able fellow, and after the wedding, buy a green grocer stall in the market for the pair of you. But the hideous woman screamed, hands on her hips. That would be a fine state of affairs for a governor not to keep his word. Why should his people obey laws and pay taxes when the governor himself doesn't want to fulfill his promise? Did you say you would marry the first woman you met, or didn't you? Ugh! This is a hard story. I need a little drink of water. Did you think you could shut me up and buy me off with a measly 10 silver dollars? I would have to be an awful fool to give up the governor's house for a market stall. What could the poor unhappy man do? Get in the carriage then and stop your yapping, the governor sighed with resignation. You shall drive with me to the capital and I will marry you. I don't care about anything anymore. After the governor's return, a hurried, noisy wedding was held. They made the bride a thick veil so no one could catch even a glimpse of her ugly face. The moment the guests departed from the wedding feast, the governor took his new wife by the hand and led her to a dark room in the tower. He turned the lock of the door 9 times and did not let anyone in. Once every month, the governor opened the little room to see if his ugly wife wanted anything. I don't desire a thing except for your son, our golden apple, to return home from the foreign state. It would please me so much to see him, croaked the ugly woman. And she begged and whined so much that he relented in the end and sent a coach to bring Golden Apple back home. This was that picture again. This picture. And then here's another picture. I don't know what it's about. When the wife found out that Golden Apple was back in the house, she pleaded with the governor to show her his son. What could her husband do? He could not stand tears. He took Golden Apple to the little dark room in the tower, unlocked the door, and pushed him in. The room was so dark that Golden Apple did not notice how hideous his stepmother was. So there was nothing to stop the ugly woman from suggesting to Golden Apple, "Come on, son, come on, Golden Apple. Let's play a game of chess. If you will win, I will never ask you to play another game. But if you lose, you'll have to fulfill one wish of mine." "Why not?" Golden Apple agreed, and the stepmother prepared the chessboard. They played long into the night, and then Golden Apple lost. "Now you must grant me my wish." The ugly hag smiled poisonously and tossed the veil from her face. When Golden Apple saw her face, he turned pale, but it was too late. "So that you know," squawked the stepmother, "already tomorrow you must leave here and must not return until you can bring me an 8-legged dog." That's what that was. It's an 8-legged dog. I thought that might have been just like slow motion. Fast. But he's got 8 legs. Whilst in the distant state, Golden Apple had learned to drink a witty soup with a spoon. So he thought a moment, then said, "Very well, I will bring you an 8-legged dog. But so that you will be the first to see me as I return, you must climb right up the tower and keep a lookout." The stepmother nodded in agreement. She climbed right up the tower at once, and once her stepson took the ladder away from beneath. Then he set out into the world to look for the 8-legged dog. He is still looking, here, there, and everywhere, in deserts, pastures, and forests. And the ugly hag, that stupid stepmother, still sits on top of the tower, watching for Golden Apple to return home with the 8-legged dog. The tabby cat says, "Everything comes to the one who waits." All right. Do we have a connection? We're here. We're still here. We've got a couple minutes. We've got enough time for a song. What's the song gonna be? I didn't get a song. I didn't think of a song. What's the song? We're not having another solar eclipse until 2044. I went to the solar eclipse in 2017. It was not far from here. It was Eastern Oregon. That was quite an adventure. Went up, I think it was called Vinegar Hill. It was like really high elevation. And I was meeting some friends, and I didn't have any reception, and I couldn't get a hold of them to know where I was supposed to go. That's the thing. Try find yourself in a small town without any reception, and you're like starting to ask people, like, there's no payphones anywhere, there's no reception, and then you start feeling like a helpless beggar. And you're literally doing that. You're like going to cafes and like, can I use your phone? And they look at you like, I don't think we have, I don't know what the manager's gone right now. And then you're sitting there at the coffee, people come up and you're like, "Hi, yeah, how's it? Yeah, can I use your phone for a second?" It takes you about 3 or 4 people till someone takes some pity on you. I think that must have been how I did it. And we drove up in this danger. I was in this like a little like sports car trying to drive up the rocky. Anyways, that's not much fun either. And then finally, it was like, nope, I'm not getting past this weird crink in the rocky road. Leave your car there, take stuff on your pack, and then walk the next like 3 hours up the place. Anyways, it worked. I saw the eclipse. Yay, live version of Warm Wind and Rain. Planetary alignments. Fabulous fairy tale. Thank you, Gabriella. 30 seconds beyond line. Here we are. So what's the song gonna be? What's the song? Was that our song? Or did we sing that one recently? What's the song? What's a good song for the moment of changes? Lots of changes. I've got a guitar. It's been a little while since I sang that song, hasn't it been? If you have a little time to spend with me, if you have a subtle thought to share, I'm as open as the wide and rolling sea. I have all the world to spare. If you tell me now what's real and true, what you see or seem to be, as luring as the outspread sea sky blue of horizons in the eyes you see. Lay down your burdens, release your pain, stay a while in the garden with warm wind and rain. The heart of the heavens heaves heavily, with the skies gathering weighted winds. Thunder cracks instantaneously as resurgent life begins. Soft like the moss growing of its own on the bark of the living tree. Life alive in unknown bounds, wild in the wind and free. shoulders wide and strong. Heavy is a world of sorrow, loaded down, drab and gray. Leave off your worrying for tomorrow and give today all away. Lay down your burdens, release your pain, stay a while